Hey everybody, it is Thursday night. It is Haven Comics Quiz Show. It's time for us to ask questions, get answers, do all the cool things. Talk to Zartan because he just showed up. Anyway, while I am playing the intro, hit the like button, hit the notification thing, subscribe to the channel. You know, you've all seen YouTube. Do all the things you're supposed to do. It's still me. I'm here. It's Thursday, so that means it's been a long week. And in the ongoing saga of my lack of kitchen, which you all have been aware of for several months, they tell me that our cabinets finally came in and that they are going to show up tomorrow to begin the installation of this. I still don't believe it because it has been over 4 months, and these were the in stock cabinets. So we'll see how that goes. Speaking of things that are in stock, I would like to introduce Jeremy, my co-host. How you doing, Jeremy?
I'm doing. I don't even know what that means, that I'm in stock, but I'll take it. Hey, so guys, I low-key ingested some Clorox before the show. If I just die, you're welcome, and I'm sorry. However, wherever you fall.
Now, hang on. How did you do that exactly?
Oh man. You know how I'm crazy about the virus? So I cleaned something that I was supposed to eat off of, but then also it had Clorox on it after that. So not thinking ahead. Don't do that, guys. But probably won't die. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, you should you should not do that. I think that's Clorox sounds like. Does it taste bad? I'm guessing it tastes bad.
Oh yeah. No, Clorox tastes about as bad as it sounds like it would taste. It does not taste good.
Yeah, it sounds like it would taste terrible. I'm just going to go out there and say that.
Anybody at home wants to start the Clorox challenge, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, it is not a thing. Let us not do that. Although Alan Breedlove says Pine Sol tastes better. At least it smells better.
Yeah, Pine Sol smells good at least. So
That's true. So let's see who all we got in the chat with us so far tonight. We have got the one true Zachary. Tots is in the house. Alan Breedlove in the house. How you doing, Alan? And you guys hit that like button because if you don't, it makes Alan get all twitchy and he's going to get upset. Travis Goodwin is here in the house with us. Jackie Cook. Jackie Cook, how you doing, Jackie? Andrew Louis in the house. Man, we got a lot of folks popping on early tonight. Jay Thornton is here with us. Jay has been doing some comic book cleaning and pressing stuff, and he sends me these before and after pictures, which are pretty impressive because it's like that book looked terrible, and now it looks good. So that's handy. Yeah, he does good stuff. If you need books cleaned and pressed, you should give Jay a look.
Jay just commissioned me respectively.
Were you washing down the Tide Pods?
I was gonna say something nice about Jay, but he commissioned me for a really cool piece. So we'll show you guys when it's done.
Can you tell us what it is?
Yeah, I guess it's like a 4 books and it's a quad. It's not even actually a sketch cover like a regular traditional sketch cover. It's just a regular Spider-Man cover, and then I'm going to draw on each one of 4 different variant covers.
Okay, so he sent me what he had in mind for something like that, and that was awesome. That is a really cool idea, and I totally dig it.
It's going to be pretty rad. I dig it.
All right, let's see. We got Owen popping in. Owen, shout out to Owen, everybody. He's the guy who writes all of our questions every week, which is a lot harder than you think. There's a lot more to it than you think. Oh, yeah, Captain Power. Wow. Why did you spend an hour watching that, Owen? You have to explain that. Jared Sapp says it's too late. I don't know too late for what, but it's not too late. You're here. Mike Wesolowski has joined us. What's happening? How you doing, Mike? Nate Saint is in the house, ignoring Jeremy. That's hilarious. All right, man. We got a pretty good crew here tonight, and I'm sure they will continue to trickle in. But while they do that, we have got a super cool guest on tonight. I'm really excited about, and I think that we should bring him on. What do you think, Jeremy?
Let's do it. Let's meet him.
All right, let's bring him on tonight. We have the one, the only, Mr. Rick Parman from Rick's Comic City up in Nashville. How you doing, sir?
Doing well. How are you guys?
I'm doing okay. Jeremy is apparently a variant cover. Are you
No,
like a
I'm
1
at-
in 25 or what?
No, I meant variant, like not a traditionally accepted human in this timeline.
Ah,
You know, like what they're doing in Marvel. That's okay. I'll get rid of it. So hold on, Rick. Rick, you're a respected comics guy. You've seen the Spider-Man trailer, right? Okay,
Yes.
I'll talk to you about it. How cool is that with the variants popping up?
I've seen the Spider-Man trailer too.
You should have got it then, Josh. When
You
Doc
draw
Ock popped up, in that trailer, did your all's hearts just like did you guys almost die? Because I did.
I did love it.
Yes, that was fantastic.
Okay, Rick, I did not mean to. How are you?
Good.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm Rick. I've been running a store here in Nashville, Tennessee for a little bit over 20 years. I don't know much else besides the store. I have two daughters, both in college now, which seems crazy because when I opened the store, one was in diaper and one wasn't even born. So,
Wow. So how did you get into comics and magic and games and all the stuff? What was your pathway into nerddom?
I'd started collecting when I was probably about 15, 16. I started really late. My parents moved to a new neighborhood, but in that neighborhood, all the kids in that neighborhood bought comic books. So,
Good neighborhood.
So it was like really fun. You'd go over everybody's houses and they just had short boxes, long boxes stacked in corners. And you would just go hang out for hours and just read.
Hold on. You showed up and you were the nerd. You were the odd guy out because you didn't buy comic books.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know it was a thing at the time. Because all my friends where I grew up before, nobody bought comics. We all just rode bikes and built shabby little mod racers and raced them down hills where we were going to die.
Completely flipped from the way traditionally works.
My cousins and my older brother and I, it was totally like right out of Stranger Things kind of thing, right? From my grandmother's house down at the end of the road turned this big, hard curve to the left. And on the other side of that road was just a hill covered in trees. I mean, it was woods.
Yeah.
And we went up there with our bikes for some reason. And we thought this would be really cool to just come riding down this hill. We did not think that through.
Yes.
And it's a wonder that we walked away from that.
The hill we used to do is by my grandmother's house where she still lives to this day. And I look at it when we go over there for Christmas and things. And I think I should have died because it went through a stop sign and a main road and we're going down this hill with no brakes through that. I mean, it's insane.
Have you tried to run it as an adult?
No,
he's smarter now. Hey, Jeremy, check this out.
150. Was that 2 more?
I think that was 5 more, but.
Oh, right on. 5 more. 50 more, and then I'll be on the show. I'll get in the hot seat. You guys can ask me questions, see how stupid I really am.
So, what is your opinion, Rick? We're going to judge where you fall on this list. What's your opinion, Rick, on the movie The Goonies?
Oh, man.
I love The Goonies.
All right.
Jeremy is the wrong generation, man. He's like, what is this nonsense? He couldn't even make his way through it.
It's total kid empowerment. It's total kid empowerment. It's so good.
He had to
I'll
give
give it
up
to you
before
guys.
it got to the good part.
I'll give it to you guys.
I'm waiting for them to do the follow-up with them as adults.
I hope they call it The Goons. I'll watch it if it's The
They'll
Goons.
just call it The Knees. That's fun. So you moved to a new neighborhood. The kids there were reading comics. You'd go over to their house. You'd sit in a corner and read comics for hours, and then they would forget you were there, and they'd be like, "Oh, dude, you're still here. I'm sorry.
That's right.
You want to stay for supper?"
And then we started buying our own, and we would go to the Nashville flea market once a month, and we would go spend every penny we had on comics. And we just started. I started filling up my own long boxes.
Do you remember the first comic you read that made you fall in love with it?
X Factor number 10.
Right on.
Was my first comic, and I had to get the next one because at the end of it, this is a spoiler for those that haven't read it. Angel is hung up by harpoons on a wall and looks like he's dead.
Yep.
And then it continues into Thor, which I had no idea how that worked at the time.
Yeah. My first comic book was X-Men 133, Wolverine Alone Against the Hellfire Club, which I got out of a grocery sack at a yard sale. And I loved it. So I feel it. I feel that. That's awesome.
But
sorry, go ahead, Jeremy.
What do you read now? You got a store. You got every book in creation at this point. You got them all coming in, flowing out. What do you still read?
I read Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Blue and Gold. I try to read more fun stuff. Walking Dead was I loved it. I followed Spider-Man on and off throughout the years. But I don't know that I tend to just grab books off the shelf periodically and just grab a handful and just see them.
Just whatever speaks to you.
Yeah. And then I'll follow up if it speaks to me, and then if it does.
Now, you don't seem like you've got a big, brash, overly confident, like arrogant personality. So why do you like Booster Gold?
Just always liked them. Since him and Blue Beetle got together in Justice League, when I started DC, I started with Legends. So it was the perfect jump on point for all of that. And my Justice League was the Maguire Griffin one. So
did you read the new Blue Beetle Booster Gold book?
I've tried it.
Don't love it, huh?
I'm not in love with it, but at least we're getting a book. So I'm excited by that.
That's awesome.
I don't like it, but it'll do for now.
If it does,
said every fan ever.
We'll get more.
Dude, that's how I felt about Moon Knight forever. Like Moon Knight, they keep trying to bring it back. It keeps not working. And they're like, we'll try it again. So I'm always like, every time, like, maybe this will be the good one.
Yeah. Maybe he'll really wear a superhero costume this time. Maybe it'll be a weird suit. Who knows?
Yeah, Moon Knight's tough because he's one of those that he works so well on paper, and then they write the stories, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
He's very hard to execute well. I agree.
But he's so damn fun to look at.
Yes.
So I'm still gonna check out whatever he's in because he's just fun as a character, right?
So tell us, so you started by reading all these comics at your friends' houses and such, and then one day you open up a store. Tell us about your store and how you got started, and walk us through all that, because this has got to be fascinating.
Well, there's a local guy named Mark Ballard that used to
familiar with that name.
Yeah, he owned Comic City here in Nashville for years. And I had about 80, 90 long boxes of comics at my house, and I was a manager at Media Play. So,
okay.
And people would find out I liked comics, and they would sell me their comics. So I would wind up buying all these large collections. Then Mark would be like, why don't you come set up at my shows? And he did a show each month. And I started setting up at his show, and I was making more money in one weekend than I was as a manager at Media Play in a whole month.
Wow.
So it kind of lit the fire under me to start doing it more. So
crazy.
So then you decided to take the leap and actually open up a store, and that was a little over 20 years ago.
Yes.
So how did that happen?
Well, I was driving along and this little space came open. It was 185 square feet and it was behind a futon store. It was scary. My mom thought I was going to die in it because it was so behind the building. Like we had big plywood signs that said Pokemon with arrows, you know.
When you got tired, did you go to the futon store to take a nap?
That's right. And we were back there and we made it work. I was more into magic back then. I think magic's what carried us through Magic the Gathering at the time. Comics was really a sideline. We actually bought most of our comics at first from Mark Ballard off from the shelf of his store. So, you know, we'd have like 1 or 2 copies of most things. But it's rather paid the bills.
So okay, I'm jumping back to 20 years. It's got such a crossover appeal, so much of that stuff too, because like I always loved X-Men, I always loved Spider-Man, and I watched the Saturday morning cartoons, and I bought the toys and the trading cards. But then it was actually Pokemon cards that brought me into comic book shops to actually start reading comic books traditionally in a like real and reoccurring sense. So
yes.
It works, right? Or I mean, you're the guy. Tell me,
It's amazing. The kids that would come in, and it's funny now, 20 years later, like my mom's car broke down a couple of weeks ago, and the guy shows up to tow her, and I'm there picking up my mom, and he's this guy with this huge beard, and he gets out smiling ear to ear, and he's like, Rick, and I'm like, but he knew me because when he was like 9 years old, he used to come in my store and play Pokemon. And he was so excited to haul my mom's car because
Owen thinks he remembers you now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good times. I still have kids that grew up in the store from that time that still come back.
One True Zachary, we got to call this out, likes how the fan is blowing Josh's gorgeous locks. So that's something that Josh is going to have to pick up privately after the show. But okay, Rick, back to you. All right, so I've got to ask you a terribly weird, invasive question. Forever, they just kind of came out of my mouth, but now I have something to rely on. I made an app. It's called Truth or Truth. If you want to find it on the App Store, it is free. It's called Truth or Truth Free. And they won't even put ads on it, even though that's how it's ad supported. So it really is free. Hold on. Let me find a good one. One that's
Jeremy just despises small talk, and he likes like deep, probing, personal questions. And sometimes just off-the-wall questions. So God only knows what this one's going to be.
Man, but I'm digging through these, and some of these are way too much, and some of these are kind of like, that's a little too surface level. Man, there's a lot of religious stuff. I'm going to skip all over that. What's the first photo on your phone?
Sure.
That's a good one. That'll dive
You
right
mean
past
first photo
everything.
or the most recent photo?
I asked the question, and then the recipient answers what that actually means. So we'll see.
Well, the first photo on my phone is of my daughter.
There you go.
Looking
Add another photo of another phone.
Yeah, it's her broken
That's so
phone
meta.
that she had just broken. But that is my first photo.
Right on. I think that says what's important to you right there.
That is a scary question. And Mike Weslowski, did you say surface level or circus level? He wants to know.
Who knows? Who knows what comes out of my mouth? Guys, I ate Clorox. What do you want from me? You get what you get.
I find I speak on words too, or mispronounce a lot. It's funny. I'll say something that I read in a book like years ago, and someone will go, "What are you saying?" And then I mispronounced Rorschach's name for years.
Well, like if nobody ever says it and you're just reading it and you know you fill in how it's supposed to go, Patois, my wife, met me, and I was saying patois, and she was like, "What is wrong with you?" I feel that. That's pain too. When you're like, "I know this word."
Yeah, and it's like,
Rick, I like you.
Wait, you pronounced it patois?
Yep. I'm a Southern boy. I'm okay. I read, but I'm not smart, guys. I keep saying it. Nobody believes me.
it's like, I majored in volleyball, in college, so
That's a major?
I had my priorities straight. When my daughter went to MTSU and I told her, I said, she's 5'2". I was like, you can play volleyball. You're a legacy, so because I played it so much there. I took the class 3 times because I liked it so much.
I took volleyball class at UAH multiple times for the same reason. I loved it.
Casey, I think I adjusted his mic. We'll see if it's a little better.
Mine?
Rick, we got some feedback that you're a little quiet. I don't know if that's something you could. I don't know if you could just move closer to the mic or what.
Okay, we'll see. See if that helps.
That sounds better to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I get that, Aaron. The word for me was a weird one just because the first time I ever saw the word, it was misspelled, and instead of IAN at the end, it had AIN. So instead of pedestrian, it said pedestrian, and I was trying to figure out what a pedestrian was. So tell us about your store and where people can find you and what kind of stores you got, because you've got 3 stores, right?
I have 3 stores. We service Fort Campbell Military Base. We're in the PX.
Oh, cool.
We've been there for about 3 years. We offer special discounts to the soldiers. It's a little difficult for other people to get on post, but they can. But everything we have there, we have at our Clarksville store, which is right down the road. It's only like 10 miles away, but it's like a 20-30 minute drive between the two. It's one of those.
Very cool. And then you got your main store, right?
And we've got our main store in Nashville. We mainly do comics. We have a very large trade paperback selection. We've been grooming that for the last 20 years. I have about 5,000 trades stock at any time. I try to keep a lot of back stock, but the store is not very big, so we have to be very selective.
Hold on. Would you say you have 5,000 books or 50,000? I'm sorry. 5,000 books. I don't have a lot of back stock. 5,000 trade paperbacks.
Well,
that's a pretty big humble brag.
Well,
right
we
there.
got just
that's
about
impressive.
Covered in bookshelves, and
that's cool.
And we got a lot of them. Our store probably only has about 1,000, and Clarksville probably only has about 2,000. But our main store has.
That's a feat. You're talking about 7,000 trade paperbacks. I mean, who's not going to find what they want?
They can.
Aaron, Truth or Truth, developed by John Molnar. That is my app. John Molnar is the developer. I made the game. He turned it into an app. So you are supporting both of us to download it. Also, it's free, so no money is exchanged. We just made it for fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm enjoying all the people who are outing themselves for things that they have always mispronounced.
My worst typing
of it
is Dr. Strange. I wrote it Dr. Starge. I can't tell you how many signage things in my store were misdone because of that.
Are you a little tiny bit?
Did you see the recent solicit? Did you see the recent solicit from IDW for the new TMNT book about Arple O'Neil?
Oh,
it made it into previews. They had a cover with the misspelling on the cover in previews.
Well, they got time to fix it, hopefully, now that we pointed it out to them.
Oh, my God. I mean, it made it all the way through public-facing documentation with Arple O'Neil.
Yes.
Oh, man. Hey, Rick, how do you feel about game shows?
I don't watch a lot of them. Family Feud is my favorite.
You've been doing comic books for 20 years. You've owned 3 shops. I'm going to bet I'm going to be a betting man here. You're going to get 7 out of 9. I bet you're going to do a really good job.
Well,
That would be close to a record.
I have a lot of useless knowledge, but when put on the spot, it disappears.
We got a lot of those too. But hey, we're going to have fun. The way this show works, we are going to ask you some questions. If you know them, awesome. You walk away with some prizes. If you don't, also awesome, because the audience has an opportunity to walk away with some prizes. So it's a win-win. Either you are a jerk, but you're awesome at game shows, or you're a magnanimous, super loving guy who just wants the audience to have everything nice, right? So then let's cut to the prize cam if you guys want to see what we have up today.
Rick, I got to tell you, you're from north of us. The prize cam comes from much further north, but the prize cam is by far the best prize cam in the business. If you ever need a prize cam for your store, I highly recommend you get one of ours.
Don't poach our prize cams. All right, so today we have a sticker pack promoting Haven Comics. We've been in business 20 years too. Josh has, not me. And we've got some cool
Don't forget
variants.
your little demon guy.
Yep, the demon guy. He's mine. I drew him.
What's his name? Is his name Ralph or something?
His name is the Demon King. That's it. There's not a whole story to him. I just
his mom named him that. That's terrible. I mean, can you imagine how much you get beat up in school? Like,
if your name was the Demon King, I doubt you get beat up at all.
That's the kind of name that's hard to live up to, you know, as a child.
That is a tough one.
We've got a trade paperback here. You've got 7,000. I wonder if you've seen this one. It's called A Western World. This is weird as donk. It is straight up nonsense art. You're going to love it. Then to the left here, we have, what is that, Figment?
Yes, that's Figment from Disney World. Yep.
And then if prize cam, if you will go up.
There he is.
Figment. Oh, that was given to us by Christine May. She's the best. If you go up, we also have a sketch cover given to us by Tom Price. He's a local artist. He's wonderful.
That's awesome. Look at that.
They did a great job.
Well done,
He's
Tom.
a phenomenal artist, and we love him to death at the store. We have Fantastic Five. That is double signed. I'm going to let Josh talk to us about that.
That's signed by Tom DeFalco and Paul Ryan, I believe. That's Tom DeFalco up there and Paul Ryan signatures at the bottom. Yep. There we go.
Bet you guys know who those people are.
You should know who Tom DeFalco is, bare minimum, dude.
I know.
Tom DeFalco is awesome.
And then we've got something special right there. That is a comic cloak. That is a new, brand new to market comic book protector. It's thin, and it was made by our friend Andrew Louie. So check that out. See if that's something you'd want to even carry at your store. They are really rad. And then on the floor, I have something given to us by Syndicate.
Oh, nice.
I think that's Yu-Gi-Oh! No, that's a sword. He's going to tell us what that is.
Is that another one of those wall scrolls?
Yes.
Those things are nice.
Coming in strong with the wall scrolls. It's pretty. I need to know who it is, so we'll check in with Wyatt later.
Hey, Blue Hellion Comics, all the way out from Nebraska.
All right, Rick, you ready to play?
This is a good question. I've always wondered this too, actually. Where did it go? Hang on. There it is. What does the number 2 represent on the comic cloak?
Oh, he's got 2 different kinds. So he's got the that's the modern age.
The modern and the silver age.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Silver age.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. All
right, Rick.
Well, that's cool.
Getting in your zone.
Yes, I got my monkeys lined up with typewriters to answer all the questions.
Perfect.
I pulled them out the Tanzanite mines to do this tonight. So
I hope you picked the right one then, when they get the answers. All right, let's play. Question 1. For these Haven comic stickers,
which will be very valuable to you, Rick.
Oh, yeah. You advertise for us.
Oh,
man.
I will tell
Question
you, they
one.
have been surprisingly popular with people. Stickers, magnets, all kind of weird stuff that's just our logo that people want to rep. You can sell the heck out of those things. It's bizarre.
We give them away at the register. We have a whole stack. We get them
Very
printed
cool.
by local college.
I usually give them away to kids, but adults are like, I need to buy that. I'm like, I'll put a price tag on it.
Yeah.
Question 1 for those stickers. What African language was borrowed for the Jawas in Star Wars? It was recorded and sped up to raise the pitch and flow of their speech.
I'm not sure. Was it? Oh. Yeah.
Genie! That's all I can hear.
I'll get a beep on that one. Was it Ethiopian? Or
It was not. Is that your final answer?
yes, that'll be my final answer.
All right. It looks like the correct answer is in the comics already. Rick, I am sorry. It is not Ethiopian.
Yes.
Is that?
Looks like Norris is the first one that's got it to me.
That's what I see too.
It is Zulu.
Zulu. I remember them talking about it, like about that and it being fun, but I didn't pay enough attention.
We ask a Star Wars question, and the first question other people ask is, "Where's Justin?" Justin is our resident Star Wars nerd who is like, in the third book that was never canon on page 22, paragraph 3, this guy said this.
In the unpublished Boba Fett fanzine. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's about right.
That too, that are pretty awesome.
Yeah, he retains information about certain things. Star Wars, Batman is one of them. What's another one? Lord of the Rings. Like he tried to teach himself the elf languages from Lord of the Rings. I mean, he went in deep.
He loves what he loves. Gotta respect
True that. True that.
All right. So, question 2. We are playing for Figment and our ubiquitous Feely things. These are.
Oh my god!
Oh,
the little Ghost Riders watching TV together. That's adorable.
Just living their life.
I tell you, those little erasers have been very, very popular. Yeah. That's funny. I ordered 5 cases. I got 10, and now I need like 10 more.
Yeah,
it's something. It's insane. That's insane. All right, so for those racers, and other stuff, in the first Back to the Future film, so you have to cast your brain back to 1985. What rock star made a cameo appearance as a school teacher? I know you know this one.
I'm not sure.
Power of Love,
I
man.
just watched the making of that. I mean, the why it got made and all that. Literally, just a couple of nights ago. Was it Rick Springfield? I don't.
Who?
Rick Springfield? I don't know.
All right, hold on.
I feel like Dr. Ken guessing on The Masked Singer right now. Like.
Now, this one you're going to kick yourself because you know this one and you know it. It's just like, can you recall it right at this moment?
Hold on. I want to check to see if he wasn't also right. Hold on. Come on, this is like a whole essay. Don't do this to me, Internet. Just give me a yes. Somebody say yes. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I know he did some bit parts back in the 80s, and and that would have been a bit part. But
yeah, I'm gonna say no. I just before we gave it away, before we said he was wrong, I wanted to make sure he wasn't so right we missed it. But.
No, we're wrong.
So the first one I see the right answer is comics and death metal.
All right, comics and death metal, you are correct. It is Huey Lewis.
Yeah, I should have known that.
In the scene where he's trying out for the school talent show thing to play at the dance, Yeah, Huey Lewis is sitting there as one of the teachers, like, "Oh, that's too loud."
I might go 0. I mean, this could be.
Hey, positive thinking. Bring out the good, right? You're gonna get. I said 7 out of 9.
Hey, we still got
Yeah.
8. So
You just need to get 100% from here on out.
that's right.
That's all you got to do. You just can't fail at all now.
So this makes me have a question, Jeremy. How do you feel about Back to the Future?
It's great. Back to the Future is a masterpiece. I mean, there's a lot of incest tones in there, but I mean, it's a product of its time.
It does get a little creepy with the whole discussion about him being Calvin Klein.
Yeah, it's straight up weird. But weird is good. It's a whole new concept. And I really liked their version of time travel. Like, time is a straight line instead of a bunch of weird circles. So, whole new thing. And I'm glad it exists. Back to the Future 3, couldn't finish that one. But Back to the Future 2, I liked it.
Comics and Death Metal likes it. Comics and Death Metal walks away with the prize. And I believe he said it's the first time he's actually won the gelatinous Feely things. So that's awesome.
You get 3 of them. All right, we're going to cut to the prize cam for question 3. We are going to visit our friends. The Blurred Syndicate has given us this wall scroll, and we got to cut in to visit Wyatt to let us know, what is this?
This is from, his name is Tanjiro. He is from Demon Slayer. So it's a newer anime that came out where essentially it's not bad, but it wasn't definitely good. He was a farmer. He goes down to the town, then comes back, and his family is murdered by a demon. So then he becomes a demon slayer. And so that's him.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a demon, but that's the exact beginning of the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan.
Real?
And
that's
every
exactly how
D&D
that series
ever.
starts. They leave the farm, they come back, and oh no, it was attacked by Trollocs, these giant monster creatures who killed everyone. Exactly. I guess I should go on an epic quest now.
You can't ever leave your farm. That's the message.
Exactly. So he was selling charcoal, and then they just killed him. But then
wait, he had a farm for charcoal? Like they raised wild charcoal? Was it organic charcoal?
Listen, I don't ask questions.
Charcoal?
I don't ask questions. I just go with the story, okay? He was
get
doing
along,
charcoal.
Little charcoals, get along.
Wyatt, I am really glad that you're keeping up with anime for us, because I can't keep up with every single one. So thank you, and thank you for donating that prize to our show. This is the Blurred Syndicate. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we talk about a lot of different things, from movies, comics, of course, anime, do reviews. We just like to kind of have a good time and just kind of make it for blurs, nerds, and everybody in between. So it's a great time to just be able to talk about it and talk about anything that kind of touches on it. So we do those, and we have giveaways. Like we have a giveaway this week going all the way until next week. We have a Shang-Chi movie giveaway. So all you have to do is follow the Blurred Syndicate, the 2020 podcast, which is another member of the Blurred Syndicate. He has a podcast about relationships, and then my brother's Keeper podcast. And you just comment on the poster that says, hey, what's your favorite martial artist in the comic book? So it could be, anybody.
That's actually a good question. I would like to ask that question to Rick. Who's your favorite comic book martial artist?
I like Iron Fist.
I'd have to agree with that.
If you're talking about comics, he's a good pick.
Definitely agree. So there's a lot of them. So we go into that. I think about a month ago, we went ahead and we had like a 80s and 90s like martial arts show where we were like talking about who our favorite martial artists were at the time. Went into Jackie Chan, Jean-Claude Van Damme, all of them. So it was a pretty fun night where we got to be able to kind of reminisce over those things.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, I think it was in his contract for every movie he did that he had to do those splits.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Like, he had to. It was required.
I wonder if he can still do those. That's probably why he's not working anymore.
Well, did you see that movie, that commercial from a couple of months ago?
Yeah,
where they had the two 18-wheelers driving? Yeah.
Man.
That was crazy.
He has a new movie coming out. It's actually on Netflix. It's, I think, like The Mercenary, maybe. So I haven't seen it, but I mean, Netflix has like a new movie coming out like every month or something like that, or every week. But you know, Jean-Claude, like, you didn't really see a whole lot of him in the early 2000s after like he started making movies with like Dennis Rodman and stuff. So
he made that movie where he was in like a bank robbery and he took the money.
See,
that was a pretty good movie.
I didn't see that one, but
and I think it was supposed to be autobiographical, but it was also insane. So
I can imagine.
That's a good question, Eric. Do the Dora Milaje count as martial artists? And if not, you tell them they don't count.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Every single character in the MCU is a martial artist.
Absolutely.
Every single one.
Hey, Christine, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Guys, I'm going to throw this back up here and let you guys know. If you want to win tickets to Shang-Chi, just go check out Join the BS on Facebook. All right, Wyatt. For that wall scroll, let us know what we got to do.
Yeah. So the question for the day is, what process do Vulcans undergo every 7 years?
Oh, this one's, I'll know this one.
They're going to wait 7 years?
Mm-hmm.
Paul Nar? Sorry,
No, you're good. Just talk your way through it.
Yeah, I don't know. I know it. And
you know it.
What did you just say a minute ago?
Yeah. What were the words you just said?
Paul Nar or it.
You're so close.
It's a pond fall.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Hey, Wyatt, as our guest and the judge for this question, it was a mispronunciation, but do you give it to him or does it go to the audience?
I think it's got to go to the person that says it correctly.
Or spells
you're
it
not
correctly?
the judge.
Wyatt's
the judge.
Yeah, because you're the one to have to say it. Like you could, if it was different. Like I'm really great at writing Spanish, but when it comes to saying it, I'm horrible. So
I parlez-vous en français,
so
my wife would not let me speak any French when we were in Paris. So
she's
after
like,
what you just said, I bet she's worried. You'd be too sexy.
Well, I'm from Southern Paris, so
right from Bordeaux,
Paris, Kentucky,
Riviera. It's on the south.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Travis brings up a good point, guys.
Honar. I don't.
We did just do a whole thing on people mispronouncing things.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. I
want to give it to him.
Yeah.
If you can say what it is, you got it.
Do what?
Not the title. Just give me a real quick PG-13 version of what it is.
It's where they have to mate every 7 years.
There you go.
He has to go back to his home world, and then the trial by combat and all that, which was with Kirk on that episode. But
that's why they're so weird. That's why the Vulcans are so weird. They got to wait 7 years, and then if they don't meet somebody, they become like bloodthirsty and try and kill people.
I mean, if you had to wait 7 years,
yeah, I'd be killing people too.
So
I feel like we have veered off of our friendly track.
My bad.
Yeah. Okay. I take that back. I didn't say that. I'm in trouble.
Yeah. Fun fact: Leonard Nimoy also voiced Megatron in the Transformers movie, which, Josh, of course, doesn't think that Transformers is anime, even though it was made by Toei Animation.
Yeah.
A Japanese animation company.
It is anime, Josh. It is. You lose. All right. Thank you for saying that, Wyatt, and then leaving me to fight Josh alone about anime.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
I thought we were friends, Wyatt.
We are, man. I'm getting you to anime. Slowly but surely, I'm going to get you there.
My daughter
as long as Transformers.
And some of it's like really fun and I love, and then
yes, Christine, G.I. Joe is anime.
Mm-hmm. Some of it is just it's so good.
See,
well, it's like anything. Some of anything is awful.
Mm-hmm. So it
looks just like anime to me, Josh.
It's just got to find what suits you as far as that.
Does it look like anime?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can't tell the difference.
His chin is wide. His eyes are not enormous.
It's just anime, like a drawing of an American character in anime. Yeah.
It's all right.
So
Josh, it's all right, man. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. It's all right. Shh.
Okay. You know what you need to watch, Josh? What I think you would actually really like? The Street Fighter 2 anime. Is old, but it's beautiful. It's in the exact same kind of style as G.I. Joe. It's great. It's wonderful.
Josh, I'm going to get you on anime, and then I'm going to be like, so the more we have conversations, I'm like slowly putting down notes every time and then I'll be like, oh, nope, not that one, because he doesn't like this. So I think it's more about the art style. So I got to find the correct art style with the story, but it's out there, and we're going to make it happen.
People are telling me I'm going to like My Hero Academia.
It is. It's like, I was just thinking about this too. It's like, what is it? House of X. Thinking, you know how, Scarlet Witch turned everybody's mutants, and then the minority are just regular people. That's what My Hero is. But then essentially, because there's so many people that have powers and they have crimes, they have to have superheroes. And so that's a profession themselves. And they go to high school to do that.
That's cool.
Okay.
And are a little whiny about it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's showing. They're high schoolers. They're pre-progressive.
In a fun way.
Yeah.
Rick is my kind of guy. I
tell my daughter all the time about Deku.
Yeah. It's tough, man. But you get through it through the action scenes. That's it.
Yeah. The show is great whenever you watch like long stretches of it. Mm-hmm. But short stretches, Deku is a challenge.
Oh God, he cries so much.
Yes.
Oh, so much.
I'm going to assume that you know this person. I'm going to assume you know this person, Rick. Is that accurate?
Which one?
The one in the comment there on the screen?
Yeah, I knew.
I'm just saying he's making a comment there that might be applicable to your store.
Oh, Rick's. Oh, have to do things every possibly. I don't control their personal lives.
Oh man, yeah, the Leonard Nimoy Bilbo Baggins song, that is something. Whoa.
I just found a anime clip of a G.I. Joe character. Here we go.
What G.I. Joe character is that supposed to be? That ain't no character from G.I. Joe.
It's Kyle.
G.I. Joe, they did Street Fighter series.
Yeah. All right.
Ninja Star is what he should watch.
Oh, this is a whole new show.
It's violent, but it's great. So it's like an ultimate tournament of clans, but another.
That actually sounds pretty good to me, because that run of Iron Fist, where they had all the 9 kingdoms fighting as like the giant tournament, that was a great story, and I loved it.
See, so
I don't remember their names, but the weird spider sisters or whatever they were, man, they were creepy.
See, anime just takes the creepy level sometimes to like a different level. Like
they amp it up.
Yeah. Don't ever watch Food Wars. Don't ever watch Food Wars. It's a great show about cooking, but then their satisfaction when it comes to the cooking is out of this world.
I don't even want to know what we're talking about anymore.
Don't worry about it. We're keeping it PG. Keeping it PG. So.
Oh man. So, Wyatt, thank you so much for joining us. We always love having you on the show.
Oh man, great being here.
Have a good one, Wyatt. It's always good to see you, sir. Thanks for popping on.
You got it. Take care.
So I forget, what prize did Rick win for that?
Oh, me too.
That was the water bottle and the gelatinous feely things, right?
No, that was the That was
the wall scroll.
Yeah, what was his name? Demon Killer, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer was the show, and I don't remember the character's name. All I remember is that he farmed charcoal. It's a charcoal farmer.
I think that it was all cage-free, free-range charcoal, though. That's what I think.
I bet it was. I bet that guy was.
It's how I would do it.
He's an ethical charcoal farmer.
He's a sustainable charcoal farmer.
Well, you got to keep it sustainable. I mean, in other words, you're going to run out of charcoal.
Oh, that's just hilarious.
All right,
what have we here?
Question 4. We've got some cool stuff. So once in future, number 15. This is the nude naked variant. That is just a really slick piece of art right there. Yeah. And then we've got crossover. I think this is crossover number 3. I want you to know, I looked at that and I was like, is this a Gundam book? Is that Robotech? What's going on with this? So I picked it up, and there's freaking Doctor Strange is on like page 2. Crossover is a weird thing, and I really don't understand it, but I want to. That is a very interesting concept, and they have got away with a lot in that book. So Donny Cates is a genius. I'm excited about reading that.
Well, there you
Rick,
go.
You
That's
ready
our prizes for question number 4.
Yes.
And just for the record, y'all, the picture that Owen included in the answer for question number 3 of Spock and Kirk and some furs, that was unnecessary.
Let me see if I can save that.
All right. So question number 4. In the Death of Superman story arc, so that takes you back a little ways, what one-time Justice League member gave Doomsday his name after Superman first arrives to stop him?
Oh.
So who actually named him Doomsday?
I'm not sure, but I'll go with Booster Gold.
You are correct.
Oh, I am. I wasn't 100% sure.
Got it.
You are correct. Booster Gold said, if he can't stop him, then nobody can. And so, yeah, Booster Gold named him Doomsday.
I remember
awesome is that?
he got the Iron Man suit, too, because Doomsday beat the snot out of him. But
It's always Booster Gold.
It's always Booster Gold. Hey, your people know you, man. Oh, that's awesome.
That's a great job.
I'll go with the right answer, Alec.
The right answer is. All right. So the next thing, Rick,
That's awesome.
What we have is just a special bonus because we love our audience. We have the Canadian question. Just got a little bit of blur on Prize Cam right now, but the Canadian question, we just want to shout out to our brothers and sisters to the north and say thank you. Because they actually do so much for pop culture, and we don't even think about it. They're seamless. But like, I don't know, 7 out of 10 pop culture icons are Canadian. But thing is, this is just
including
for the audience.
our Prize Cam.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So, can you know the right answer deep in your soul and not say it?
can I know it?
If you
but
know
not
it,
say it.
are you gonna just,
I don't know.
or can you keep it inside? All right, Rick, I'm gonna
Because
pull
this
you off
question
screen.
is just for the
Like
audience.
a Karate Man smile. I mean, it's
I bet you can. I bet
they
you can.
fall on the inside.
There you go.
Your job.
You
for
write
the
your
next
answer
question,
down.
Yes, is to not say the right answer. That's your whole job. It is the exact reverse of every other question on the show. You just got to not say it. Okay, audience, I'm ready for you. What Canadian funny man had a summer camp themed Saturday morning cartoon for 3 seasons in the early 90s?
First of all, do you know the answer to that question, Rick?
Maybe. I could throw a guess, but that would be what it would be.
Well, once we get the correct answer in the comments, we'll let you give your guess and see if you got it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here thinking, what a weird idea to have a Canadian comedian own a summer camp. I mean, who thought that was a good idea?
So Travis says he needs to compile a list of about 50 Canadian actors and just copy and paste it right when the question is asked. Number one, that would get you banned. Number two, 50 is not enough. It really is. Like, you would be so surprised about how many of them are Canadian. They're just, people are funnier in Canada. I do see the right answer.
I do too.
All right, I'm going to let you go. Oh, I want to go with the one true Zachary. I don't know if we can count that.
Well, I've seen
no.
I've seen one before that.
Yeah, we got a bunch of people before him. I'm sorry, I missed that.
We got one who just gave a last name, and we got one who gave a first name and a last name. So what's your judgment there?
I mean, the last name is the guy. I don't have any problem accepting just the last name. You let me know.
All right. Well, in that case, the first person with the correct answer, we have noted, and we'll highlight that. But before we do, Rick, what is your answer? What do you think?
I don't know. Sorry.
What's your favorite sweet confection to eat?
Oh,
or just anyone, really.
I like gummy worms. But
what do you put in your bag on Halloween? What do you walk around and say trick or treat?
You say John Candy. Is that where we're going?
Yes,
indeed.
Blue Hellion Comics. All right, Blue Hellion Comics, I got to admit, I don't know your actual human name. So you got to reach out to us and let us know who you are. And then we will make sure you get your prize. It is $25 to Haven Comics. If you are out of state or whatever, just talk to Josh about how that's going to work. I don't know. Hey, maybe you're here. I don't know.
Nebraska.
Nebraska. We'll figure that out.
We'll have to ship something to Nebraska. Can you imagine going to a summer camp with Alan Thicke?
I'm sure he's a regular guy. I'm sure he's a nice dude.
He was such a stiff character.
He would run a fine summer camp.
Right? He would run it, but who would want to go?
Also, Alan Thicke is a really good answer because he's Canadian. So,
and if
you never know. You never know who's going to pop up with the
Herman Canadian? Or is this just a terrible answer to a question? Because who would want to go to that camp? That'd be horrifying.
Hey, I bet he's...
all the furniture would talk to you.
I bet he's not as bad as people make him out to be. All right, I don't think Paul Rubens is Canadian. I think... Yeah,
Jeremy, his name is Dan. The Blue Luchador himself, the Blue Hellion. And he is in Nebraska.
Well, get with Josh. He'll ship you something because you just got $25. Where is Pee Wee Herman? There's a whole lot. I mean, the internet gives me too much information. Just tell me yes or no. Who's New York? But Ruben, okay, is Pee Wee Herman born in Canada? I'm just going to go with no, and we'll move on. Going down a rabbit hole.
You could very easily do that. You could go the wrong way very quickly with Pee Wee Herman. That's true. Oh, it looks like Prize Cam is back online.
Prize Cam is showing off our next prize. This is a collection of variant comic books. We've got Iron Man, we've got Doctor Strange, we've got MODOK. Lots of cool Marvel characters there. So we've got this Marvel variant pack. No one needs to be told what's going on with Marvel because they're awesome all the time. So
that MODOK looks like it's not Scotty Young, but trying to be a Scotty Young.
I think it is Scotty Young. Yeah, it is Scotty Young.
I just don't think it is. I just don't think I've ever seen him draw MODOK before.
It is. Scotty Young, man, that guy gets away with so much. Like, don't get me wrong.
He has created his own following.
Yeah. That's a fun drawing, but like.
Do you have a lot of folks at your shops, Rick, who will order just Scotty Young covers?
Yes, at every one of my stores. There's a group at each one that if he does the cover, they want it.
Yep.
We've got,
we have some of those too.
A couple of complaints that the prize cam is black.
I'm seeing it as black on blanket.
Isn't showing anything on my screen. We'll see what's going on with that, guys. I'm sorry. It might be something we just got to endure. You in the deep void of nothingness. Travis, that's a pretty good one. I like that one. Okay. So you get a Marvel prize pack. You are getting a Doctor Strange
variant.
Yeah, not Sorcerer Supreme. What's the new one? I don't know. Doctor
He's
Strange
about
variant.
to die, so who cares?
You get an Iron Man variant and you get a MODOK variant. So that's what you win. And if you don't know what they are, it's a surprise when you pick it up. I'll just mix
like
the books up with something else.
Thanks, prize cam wanted a night off, so we just keep talking like there's something there, like we're just pretending. We can actually see it. I can see it. Can you see it, Rick?
No, it was black. It was a black screen.
It's going to black screen for you. How weird is that?
What is going on with that?
That's weird. Did her phone do an update?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I bet it's that terrible phone update that kills people. Surgeon Supreme. That means it comes with tomatoes and sour cream.
Question
That's
6.
how it works
Josh.
at Taco Bell. Anything that's Supreme, they put sour cream and tomatoes on it. That's how it becomes Supreme.
I mean, who wants that? Just give me a whole bunch of tomatoes.
And sour cream. It's actually the sour cream I want. I don't want the tomatoes.
Yeah. I'll endure the tomatoes for the sour cream.
Hey, if we think we're seeing something, at least we're seeing the same thing.
Maybe that's it. Maybe Josh and I have just endured so much together.
It's a shared hallucination.
Oh,
I mean, Jeremy did just drink a bottle.
drink the whole bottle.
He just cleaned a plate and then he ate off of that plate.
It
And
was a cup. Yeah. It was a cup. All right, guys.
That's bad news. You shouldn't do that, man.
Hey, if I wake up tomorrow, then apparently it's safe. So I'm glad. I'm glad Kim Middleton is in here tonight.
Yeah, that's true. Because she would tell you to call the Poison Control Center.
Yeah, she'd make me take care of myself. All right, question 6.
Question 6. What's our prize for question 6 that no one can see but me and you?
The variant covers we just talked about.
Oh, that was yeah. We talked so much after that. Okay, so let's see. This was a tough one. I don't know this one. What is the name of the Looney Tunes theme song? Hint, it's also the name of the record Judge Doom speaks out loud in the bar in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But you started to say it because you know it.
Is it Merry Melodies?
Ooh. The song was used as the introduction theme for WB's Merry Melodies and the Looney Tunes animation features from 1937 to 1969.
Okay, then I'm not sure. Then
I want to give it to you, except we do have some. I don't know. There was enough. We have a 15-second delay. I feel like we got an immediate answer, and I feel like if you say you don't know, then I feel like it would be robbery to not give it to the immediate answer.
Correct.
Josh, weigh in.
I agree, and that was crazy how fast, because he had to just have that on the top of his head.
Yeah.
He had to know this.
He knew it. Yeah, that was Google proof. What just happened?
Yeah.
So
how did you know that, Zach?
He had to have just known it.
How did you know that? Because that one was new to me. I was like, you got me.
We got a lot of people agreeing with Rick that it was Merry Melodies.
Well, that's because that's the word. That's what you saw.
Yeah.
Because they put those words on the screen, but that's what they called the cartoons.
Yeah, I don't remember ever hearing the name of the song, but I remember seeing Merry Melodies.
Right, and the Disney cartoons were Silly Symphonies. Bill Key, that's not a name I think I've seen on here before, so welcome, Bill.
He's one
Appreciate
of ours.
you joining us. Rock on. Rock on.
Hey, third base trivia. One night way back. So apparently that has showed up before in trivia. So
wow, that's something. Alan Breedlove is very proud. Um, yeah, Owen says, "Who Framed Roger Rabbit?" How he knew it. Yep, because that's one of the best movies of all time, and I love it. So Jeremy probably hates it.
That movie. It's been so long.
Wait, what
Great movie. I think it really holds up too.
Did you say Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes.
That movie's exquisite.
I agree.
We got things in
You
common.
agree with me on 2 movies tonight.
It's just been a long time since I've seen it. And I need to revisit it.
You should. It's fun. I will say, after doing one of these shows, I find myself wanting to go back and watch movies that I haven't seen in a while. Like, I haven't seen that forever, but that was so much fun.
Typically, after he trashes me mercilessly.
That's because Jeremy hasn't seen most movies. He's never seen Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, I haven't. I also hate a lot of the movies that most people love, like Bill and Ted, because it's garbage. But anyway, question 7 is a fun one. We're going to cut to the prize. That is.
Are you familiar with comic cloaks, Rick?
No.
They are a new product. They're super low profile, but they're a good sturdy plastic. It's a hinged device, so you can put your comic in it.
Okay.
And if you're traveling to shows to get books signed or something, you want to take a lot of books, but you want to protect them, those are phenomenal because those are so low profile compared to most of the device, the comic protectors you see. But it offers a lot more protection than just a top loader or something.
Yeah.
We're getting
Really,
a lot
really
of comments. Cool. We're getting a lot of comments that it is still black. I'm sorry, dudes. We cannot fix it during the show. We will try and fix it for next time. If you want it to just be black in your heart, then you just watch it and enjoy it. If not, and just imagine something there. Just imagine it.
Imagine all the people.
Or maybe the prize cam can bring them into me. Maybe we'll see what happens. Okay. Question 7, also kind of a unique thing because it is on theme every week for
Did she just hand it to you?
Yeah, I got it.
So show it off so people can see it.
All right, dudes. Here we go.
You got some wicked glare. There you go.
Yeah, that's what we're actually giving away is the glare.
Is it?
That's the hinge, dude.
Yeah, I gotta smart it together. This is
the hinge from the wrong end.
Yeah, there we go. That's the hinge. Now I get it. So you put the comic in, you put this thing on, boom, it's protected. Let me find the comic. Here's one. This is Wolverine, so that's like 800 pages. And then you just throw it in there. This is Doctor Strange. And then just pretend that I put it back together. And then that's how it works. So
the nice thing is that it's just such a low profile. I totally dig that.
Yeah. It's great. And our friend Andrew Louie, friend of the store, made those. He's got, an actual stock of it now. Hopefully there's some way to order it on the back.
Zach thinks that we should act out what the prizes are.
It's like this. Put a comic in it. That's what it is. Okay.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I forget. Are we doing a show?
We are. We just keep getting carried away.
This one is question 7. It's a real estate question. Brought to you by me, Jeremy Bernal. I am a realtor. What U.S. city is Monopoly based off of?
New York?
That's a good one. Let's see if the right one is in the audience here. I would have probably said New York.
I would have if I didn't already know this one. If I just had to guess, I would have said New York. So far, everyone else agrees with you. All the comments are New York. But one of your guys.
We got.
No, wait. Tots has it first. I see Tots first.
They'll correct me soon.
I see Tots has it first. Is that who you see first?
Yeah, throw that up there.
Atlantic City.
Congratulations.
The boardwalk is what gave it away for me.
Okay, yeah.
That could also be like the Jersey Shore.
I guess I got stuck on Broadway in my head.
Easy to do. What was I going to say? I was going to ask something. Oh, I remember. We had a question pop up before you asked that.
You won the Zach.
Alan was asking if we have comic cloaks for sale at the store. We did, and I think we have one left, or we might be out. I need to order more.
Well, we also have a box of them in the trunk of my car. They'll be there tomorrow.
So almost at the store.
Yes, almost. And then Andrew says, use the code FB Friends for 15% off when you order.
Rock on. Andrew's the guy who came up with comics cloaks. So
wait, hold on. Owen, it is the Jersey Shore. It's Atlantic City, New Jersey. So I was right because I was wrong. I didn't know Atlantic City was talking about New Jersey. So.
Mike said he left us one on the shelf when he bought some. Norris says he might come out Saturday to pick up some more, right? Or to pick up a surprise. Might pick up some comic cloaks while he's there. I saw earlier in the chat, I didn't have time to get to it, but he said he got his edits done on revision 2 of his book, and he still might be on target for an October release. So fingers crossed he gets his book released in October. And
I also wanted to just address this. That stings a little bit, Mike.
Oh.
Okay.
I have to ask, Rick, do your guys at your shop like pick at each other like this? Because this is how we live, man.
Yeah.
I think you've been attacked. I don't like an attack.
Right.
Man.
Right? Like, oh.
Yeah. It's easy because I think it's all love. I think deep down, I got to pretend it doesn't hurt so bad.
I tell people if I'm not picking on them, I don't like them.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Because that's my show affection.
This is a pretty good one. The question and also the prize. This is a Western World. I got to admit, this is the strangest book I have ever opened. I cannot make it all the way through because I love Strange. I'm an existential weirdo. This thing is a lot. So you've got 7,000 trade paperbacks. If you do have this one already, it'll surprise me because it is, I don't know.
I don't think we have that.
Well, there you go. Add something new to your collection tonight.
If you have an existential freak at your store who goes, I need a freaky existential book, you can point them to that.
Yep. It's a good question, too. Question 8.
It is. So question 8, and I know you're going to know this one.
Oh.
What is Aunt May's maiden name?
Oh.
You have to think this one through because it's important. It plays a role in other characters.
Oh. I'm not sure. And when I hear it, I'm going to know it. That's going to be.
Well, think through. I will give you one hint, and that is Clone Saga.
Riley? So, okay. I'm sure someone beat me to it on the
No.
But
that's fair.
Yes, I remember that being a tribute and all that, but it didn't.
Jeffrey, nice to see you.
Jeffrey Middleton was able to join us. Rock on. The one true Zachary says it was Fitzgerald.
I mean, you could answer a lot of Jones and Smiths, and that covers a lot of people.
One of your guys, I think, he said Summers. I love the idea of Aunt May being related to Cyclops and having
hiding those crazy powers. Or this one, Jason, that's wrong.
That's terribly wrong. Why would you do that? Oh,
Jackie,
that's funny.
Really good. Jackie knew it. She came in after the fact, but she knew it. But also, I loved Josh's hint. My hint is Here's the answer.
I said Clone Saga. It
He
could have
knew.
been
He
anything
knew.
in the Clone Saga.
Yeah.
The Clone Saga was huge.
It was, and it was. Was it before or after that she married Doc Ock and all that? So.
Yeah. I think it was
Yeah,
after that, right?
I mean, what a weird twisted thing there. As before she was a Herald of Galactus.
That's right.
Oh my God.
I mean, Goldie Oldie is one of the greatest hero clicks ever made.
Wait, they made a hero click of that?
I don't know. They needed.
Oh, I bet they did. They had to have.
Oh
Oh,
man, Owen, that is a bizarre factoid. I'm glad they dropped it. Apparently, they made Ben Reilly Peter's dad for a minute. Oh,
surely not Ben Reilly. I think they meant Uncle Ben. Oh, that story Trouble was terrible. That was awful. I remember that was horrible. That was like weird young Aunt May and Uncle Ben, super very hard PG-13 romance. With Greg Horn doing those extremely exploitative covers.
mm-hmm.
Like, I don't need to see Aunt May like that. Huh. That's not right.
I don't
Some
even
things you
think
just
I realized
gotta.
Trouble was about Aunt May.
Right?
Or what? What's the one?
It off the shelf, but
What's the one where Gwen Stacy and Norman Osborn had twins? Like,
Oh, that was just
yeah.
in the regular book, and it was hideous. I mean,
leave me alone, Marvel.
right?
Just leave me alone. I don't want it anymore. Ugh. All right.
Yeah, Peter Parker is not lying when they say he's had the worst luck ever of anybody, because he has been. He's had terrible things happen to him.
Oh. Question 9. We are playing for. You guys saw it before, I hope. This is. There we go. That's about the best I'm going to do with glare. Captain America. It's on a Captain America cover. It is drawn by Tom Price. He is a local artist around here, big friend of the store. That's pretty good. That's not that.
That's
hairy.
an awesome cover. I dig that.
So, all you got to do to win that is get this answer right. Let's see. This is our. It's our local artist spotlight.
Local artists.
Supernatural. What is the name of the third Winchester brother?
Wait, there's a third one?
yes.
Is this like one of the Summers brothers? I mean, come on.
Hold on. I want to clarify this question too, because it is a good question. But if you're just saying what is the name of the third one, are we saying like biologically third or whatever? He is not Sam and he is not Dean.
Yeah.
What is the name of Sam and Dean's brother?
I am a Supernatural fanatic, and I'm pulling a blank right now. And
I'm
I
gonna give you.
Tell me who is this guy? Because my wife watched Supernatural, so I heard all about it. And I don't remember her ever talking about a brother. Where did he come from? Who is he?
He spends most of the series trapped in hell.
Yeah.
He
Well, so
was the
does
host
Dean.
for
Luke,
Archangel Michael. And he gets trapped in a cage in hell to keep Michael there.
and they revisited him in the finale.
There's a whole lot going on. in what I
Wow.
just said.
But
Yeah, there's a lot there.
I can't remember his name for the life of me. So
Rick,
Well, just say
Just
any
advice.
name.
gonna
Yeah.
put in there.
Just guess a name, a human
Yeah.
person's name.
Alex.
See-
That's pretty close. That's pretty close. Not bad. All right.
My friend
So
Justin, if he's watching this, he's gonna. He was going to play hell with me later about not.
Look at the comment down there, man. He already was saying you disgrace us. And
Yeah.
there he is, for shame.
I told him he's watching it. This is bad. This is bad. I just lost all street cred with my Supernatural.
Oh, I wouldn't know his name from Adam. And that's funny because I said
Adam, that's right.
that's funny because I said he what is he, a Summers brother, like a third Summers brother? And isn't the third Summers brother Adam X?
Shows up as a convenient plot device, but
All
That's
right, let's find
hysterical.
the first person that got it.
Wow.
Also, Travis, you're not wrong.
No, definitely not wrong. I also like where Alan Breedlove's head is at.
Yep. I think Alan
Has Alan Breedlove got the first right answer?
And also, if he knew the answer and typed this first, then that is amazing.
How metal is that? Yeah, Alan Breedlove.
I can tell you, like Supernatural, I used to rewatch it constantly with my oldest daughter. As each season started, we would rewatch every season up till that point. So
that's quite a chore because that thing ran for 15 seasons.
Right.
Yeah. We would start weeks in advance of the new season and just binge it until about season 7 or 8, and then we would pick like our favorite seasons. Which season 4 was always in that mix.
But Adam's not. Whatever Adam did.
Yeah, he did not register as my fun as in. Yeah,
that's
and
okay.
I have an autographed picture of him here. I've met just about everybody on the cast, and I have a ton of signed pictures signed to Rick, where I take my daughter, who's a super fan too, to like all the shows. And so this is bad.
Well,
that was a give me. You threw me a softball and I missed.
I'm sure you will eventually live it down at your store.
Oh no.
One day they'll forget.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
Are you kidding? That would be like me forgetting that you don't like the Goonies. Never gonna happen.
Ugh. All right.
He can't talk about it. It pains him.
Oh man. All right. For question 10, we are playing for the Fantastic Five, number 1. It is signed by Tom DeFalco and Paul Ryan. And what is going on? I've got a black screen.
Well, you're not. Yeah, you went dark there.
Whoa.
You like we're in brownout conditions.
Wow. Okay. Not doing that again. So who's DeFalco? What did he do? I'm supposed to know him.
He just wrote all kinds of books at Marvel for a long time. Did you ever read Spider-Girl?
Not really.
Get at it.
I did read Spider-Man, and apparently he wrote a bunch of those.
Can you sing the song for Spider-Man?
I mean, I could.
Go ahead.
Let's let Rick do it because he's the guest.
Silent singing count?
He's singing in his heart.
I'm Karate Man singing. It's on
there. You go. When COVID was first starting and people were changing all the rules and stuff, one of the theme parks, I think it was Tokyo Disney Sea or something, had signs out asking people on the roller coasters not to scream. And they said just scream inside your heart. And they had signs that said this, and I'm like, this is amazing. Scream inside your heart. Like,
that's the single most existentially metal thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm going to carry that with me always. So Tom DeFalco did some really cool stuff. Like, he did the Alien Costume Saga.
Yep.
That's really cool. All right.
Yeah, he and Ron Friends, who drew that, are still great buds, and they're still talking and doing all kind of cool things.
Are they still
Christine
doing Marvel stuff? Or they
points this out about you, by the way.
Christine, I don't think you're wrong, but I'm not sure you're right. Look at that. That's radical. Okay, question 10. We're there. We're at the end.
See, you've made it. Look at how far you've come.
So 7 was the number.
That was Jeremy's optimistic guess.
Optimistic for failure.
What? Yeah. So how many have you got so far? Do you know? I don't have it in front of me.
One, maybe one.
Well, he got Ponfar.
Uh-huh.
He got Riley. There was one other one. He just like
but that was a softball pitch.
he just threw
I
down
feel like
right out of the gate.
Oh, we already said that one.
So yeah, he's got a few.
Well,
so I may have got two so far.
we'll have to give you a redemption episode. You can be in our redemption episode.
Well,
and
my monkeys Googling are not helping at all.
we'll have to get with people from your store to help us write the questions. You got to hook us up with some people from the store, and we'll write the questions.
Justin, I'll put him on here. You'll like him. And James. James is fun.
Ponfar. Get rid of those consonants on the end there. It's not the bog of eternal stench. Smell bad.
All right, guys, we did it. We got here.
Does that little intro video make you want to go back to the 80s or what?
Yes. I don't
I just want to play something like Spy Hunter, right? I want to play. It's so great. All right, here we go. In his final live action performance, who played the inventor in Edward Scissorhands?
Oh, I can see his face, but
dude was in everything. He just had a comic book that came out with him and Elvira.
Vincent Price.
You knew that. I wondered because that's a weird book.
Like I said,
Congratulations.
It's like I could see his face, but I couldn't. But I couldn't think of his name for some reason. It was.
Yeah, Vincent Price. Vincent Price, indeed. Yeah, he's
there you
been
go.
in.
You picked up some steam on the end.
Just takes a little while to warm into it. That's all.
Oh yeah, I tell you, it's that whole pressure test pressure.
It absolutely is because it's stuff that you know, but suddenly you can't recall it.
You know, whenever you're watching the TV, like on TV, you're watching the game show and you got all the answers. You're like, oh, my God, I can't believe they couldn't get that. And then, yeah.
Hey, it hits everybody.
I would never be a millionaire on any of those shows.
That's why the ones that you've got to look at are like the ones that don't actually involve you knowing anything, but like just open that briefcase, or I think it's going to fall that way, and then that way. You know, like you don't have to know. You can just look at it and say, just give me an answer. So, what is your favorite comic book that you've ever owned, or still own? That's okay if you still own it.
My favorite is the Captain Atom first Blue Beetle. That is my favorite piece that I own, and it's my prized piece. I have a CGC graded 9.6 of it. It's my, like I said, it's my grail.
That is awesome. That's a good point. You probably already discussed, but what is your shirt? That is
what people do.
Yep. Oh, now we're covering it up with a comment. There you go.
What would who do? Who is that?
Blue Beetle. What
Blue
would
Beetle
do?
Oh, I thought that was like Super Homer.
That's not Homer Simpson.
I mean, it looked like him from here. This whole time, I thought it was like that.
I could see that.
So what would Blue Beetle do? That's the question.
He would have answered them all correctly.
Which part of Blue Beetle are we talking about? And which Blue Beetle?
That's a good question for you, Rick. How many Blue Beetles are there actually?
There's one.
That's what I thought.
Ford.
That's what I thought.
And Dan Garrett, but Dan Garrett's dead.
Well, that doesn't stop anybody. Look how many times Wally West has been dead.
Yeah. And Jaime is actually a very good Blue Beetle. He's just not my Blue Beetle.
Yeah, he's got more of a weaponized looking Iron Man-y looking suit, which I've never cared for.
Well, so his is an alien that's like attached to him like a parasite, right?
Correct.
So I'm pretty sure they just cast him for a movie.
See, now your guys are asking questions because they're looking and saying, wait a minute, what's happening?
It's not blocking the door. It's just right there next to the door. It is so close to the door. We just moved in a couple of months ago, and I haven't hung it up yet. It's supposed to go up over the comic boxes.
Now, speaking of which, y'all look. I'm going to be rude here. Get out of your way so people can look at those boxes. Look at these. I'm going to embiggen him so we can see this because this is amazing. Look at that.
Those
look
are
at
cool.
this. That's comic shelf, like a giant comic cabinet. That thing is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
It's a company called Nerdstalgia that does them out of Kentucky. They're amazing.
It looks like a booster gold right there that I'm looking at. It's hard to tell what most of them are, but it sure looks like a booster gold you got there.
It is. I've got several booster golds in there.
There's some Blue Beetles. Not hard to tell. Is that the owl in front of the Millennium Falcon?
Yes.
Right on.
Since he's a version of Blue Beetle, I have to have him.
That's
I
true.
respect that.
That's true. I get that. I like your Uncle Sam there.
Yeah.
Do I see something? Okay, that's a big Star Wars. What is the Star Wars thing up the top right corner up there? What's in the back there?
It's an original Millennium Falcon from the first Star Wars. Still in
the Can I come play at your
house?
house?
Up with everything right now.
I just want to come play at your house.
I bought that. We were in Atlanta, and we went by a little store just outside of one of the colleges down there, and it was sitting on the shelf, and I geeked out because it was.
Man, I would have too. Holy cow, I would have too. That's amazing.
It wasn't one of those things that walked into the store and I was like, I'm keeping it. I was on vacation and found it, and then had to figure out how to get it home with me.
Speaking of things like that, did you guys order any of those San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Lord of the Rings Frodo and Gollum figures?
Yes, we have a lot of them.
We only ordered one, but the one that we got says it is number 1 of the 4,000 print run.
Oh, wow. That's pretty awesome.
I don't
know what
is crazy. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take that.
That may just make it to my personal stash.
It is. It's coming home with me. You said something about something cool walks in that comes home with you. I was like, yeah, that's coming home with me. I do need some Ecto Cooler and a little Debbie cake. Well, I do. I could use a little oatmeal cream pie. That'd be right about. That's good right there.
It's funny. I didn't collect a lot of things for a lot of years. When I opened, Mark Ballard gave me the advice. He said, if you own a store, you got to pick. You either sell or collect. And it was a really hard line. And in the last couple of years, I've been pretty successful, I feel like. And I started buying some things for myself again. But I understood what he meant. Whenever you had that first hard day and you got that first Venom at home, and you're like, well, I can get a few bucks for it at the store.
Yeah. And that sounds a lot like drug dealer advice.
Yeah. Hey, but it kept me out of trouble a lot of years. But in the last 5, my wife started me down this rabbit hole. She bought me a slabbed Blue Beetle book for Christmas one year, and it started me buying them all.
That's a good.
What is the craziest of your 3 comic book stores? The one that you have to worry about the most?
Well, that's not what that question is. What's the craziest comic book store story? Like, I've got some doozy stories.
I don't know. The guys, my staff could probably tell you some really good ones. I mean, We just got a huge series of 1-star reviews because one of my guys was walking out of the store and this lady parked in 2 parking spots out front. And she just asked him, he just goes, could you please just take up 1 spot? And it was the most offensive thing this lady has ever heard in her life, because everybody in her family gave me a 1-star review because of it.
Wow.
Just,
That's,
things like that. I mean, I don't know, but the guys are on the front lines more than I am these days.
I will tell you, one time we had a guy come in, asked if he could use the bathroom. And he came in, he was a regular shopper, not real regular, but he came in every now and again. And he went back to the back, and then we forgot he was there.
Oh.
And then we kept hearing like the water cut on, the water cut off, the water cut on, the water cut off, the water come on, the water cut off. And we're like, what in the world is going on? And that's when one of my guys says, and I will never forget, these words just like haunt my soul. There ain't no toilet paper back there.
Oh.
Wow.
We've had some bathroom incidents recently where we flooded the store, where customers have backed it up for that. We had to put an employee-only sign on the door recently because of it. The second time it happened, it was like, yeah, we don't have a public bathroom right now.
Oh yeah, no.
I feel like that's the whole story there.
Yeah, that's
Any more details on either of these stories are too much for me.
No, that's horrible.
Okay,
so do we have our prize list accumulated?
I do. And before I do that, I have 2 bonuses I'd like to give away. So I have this is a promo pack of trading cards. These are just for the audience. I have 2 more just quick bonus prizes. Promo pack of trading cards from when Excalibur and House of X and all that stuff came out. In the before times, before Excalibur and House of X and all that kind of ended and are here where we are now. So pretty easy one for this. Audience only. First person to answer specifically what type of doctor is Doctor Strange gets this pack of trading cards.
I have a follow-on question. What kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper?
If you figure that one out, then, it's a whole separate game we're playing.
He is a doctor of fun.
There you go. There you go. And if you ever look at it, there's no period at the end of the abbreviation doctor on Dr. Pepper logo. So it may just be his first name, and his name is Dra Pepper.
All right.
A doctor of fun. I like that.
Surgeon is pretty close, but neurosurgeon, One True Zachary, that is what I believe is the right answer. And then I got a bunch of neurosurgeons after that, so I'm guessing I don't know who said proctologist, but
delicious. What is
all
that? Right. See, Justin knows where it's at. The best doctor is Dr. Pepper.
All right, and then I've got Strange Academy number 8. This is the Mardi Gras variant cover, so you can see it's just real fun. A lot of fun stuff going on. I think somebody's head's on fire. You know how they do in Mardi Gras. For this one, all you got to answer is who played Doctor Strange first, and I'm guessing it's first, in 1978. For the 1978 movie adaptation, Doctor Strange. Who played him? If you know this one, you know more than me, which is not hard. But we're there already.
I remember that terrible look, too. That was hideous.
I got to watch this eventually.
It was so
I'm a
bad.
huge Doctor Strange fan.
Have you ever watched the early 90s Captain America movie?
I have seen clips of it. You know I don't sit through garbage, John.
Rubber ears on the helmet.
How awful was that?
Look at this. Alan doesn't know it. When Alan doesn't know it, that's when things are getting hard. Jackie, it is Peter Hooton. I hope I'm saying that right.
And his brother, Jimmy Holler.
All right, just some bonuses for the audience, just to say thank you guys for following along with us. And then just write that name down. Okay, so guys,
Pierce Brosnan.
he would have been good. And, you know, pre MCU, he would have been a good Doctor Strange. In the MCU, when they start getting things right, nah. But, you know, before, when movies, like comic book movies, could have been garbage, he would have been good at it. Okay, so the stickers went to Norris for his wild guess. That was right. The bottle and the Feely thingies went to Comics and Death Metal. I'm going to write Ryan's name down because I forget things. Ryan Williams. And then the scroll went to Rick. The Indie Comic Pack went to Rick. The Canadian question, $25, went to Blue Hellion Comics. You are going to have to get with Josh to spend that because you're out of state. The Marvel Comics Pack went to the One True Zachary along with the Comic Cloak. The Western World trade paperback went to Rick. Congratulations. The sketch cover went to Alan Breedlove. Also, congratulations. And then the signed Fantastic Five, double signed Fantastic Five comic, that went to Rick. And then the bonus cards, One True Zachary, and the Doctor Strange comic went to Jackie Cook. So, all in all, a pretty good night.
Where I spread the wealth and donate my prizes to the fans?
If you want to.
Yeah.
Well, it's up to you, man.
Yeah.
No, this has got to be a real hard question for you.
We'll make sure they.
Who gets them?
Well, anybody that wrote the first right answer.
Oh my God, I'm not going back to do that.
It's just
That's
a
impossible.
comment. It's not.
No way. No, if you want to do that, you let me know.
he ain't got time for that.
How many
I don't have
comments
that
are there? I guess there's a lot of comments.
There's a few hundred. Let's see. How's a good way to adjudicate that?
I remove myself from this decision-making process.
How about we just? How many prizes is it? 5?
1, 2, 3, 4. I got
4.
4. I got 4.
Okay. Then the next 4 commenters get it.
All right.
Oh wow, there you go. That's
Go.
a good way of doing it.
Type 1.
I like this one.
And you
I
have
know what you're saying.
Actually, I like this. Is a good one. You ask a question. You ask a trivia.
Yeah,
question.
you ask a
What's
question.
something
and
in
that
your
person can
noggin
do it.
that you want to know if these people know it?
Oh.
That's a bet. I mean, that's the show. That's a better way to do it. That's pretty nice of you, Rick.
Okay. What was Ditko's first issue of Captain Atom? Issue
All right.
2?
Ditko's first issue of Captain Atom. That's a tough one.
I'm not sure I know. We'll have
Hey,
to.
Owen, this
God,
is one
you
you
gotta
can
know
win,
it.
buddy. Owen, you can win this.
Is it
If you don't know it, then what are we going to do?
The One True Zachary wants the weird book badly. Oh, okay. People are starting to throw out some numbers here.
okay, and it's got to be the Captain Atom series, not the Starlin stories.
I don't care if the answer's right. If you say it's right, that's what we're going with.
No problem.
Oh, see, your people are throwing some shade, brother.
Maybe we can ask a supernatural question.
Hey, no spamming the answers there, Alan. You got to come up with a number and stick with it.
Yeah. He can't even see
We've had
he can't see
a
the comment.
slew
He'll never
of
know.
answers here. So we've got 6, 42, 55, 34, 92, 1, 2, 4, 5, 69. People chastising the person who wrote 69. We don't have a right answer, which must mean that Owen has dropped out. 21.
I don't even remember the question. So,
What was Steve Ditko's first work on Captain Atom, or his first art on Captain Atom? Darn good question. Man, our folks are coming up blank. I'm disappointed. Although that's a tough question. One. That's a hard question. What's the right answer to that one?
I believe it's 78.
78. Which, if we go by Price is Right rules, would make Christine correct.
Yeah, we can do that.
She was the closest, but not over. Oh, Bill Key comes in and he's telling you 79.
That's over.
It could be.
What I see on the internet is Space Adventures 33.
79 are the first two I own.
But no, he didn't say, he said issue of Captain Atom.
Yeah, there's a Starling Stories, and then there's like a little mini comic thing that he did. But the Captain Atom series, I want to say, was 78. But like I said, I can be wrong too. But that's just what my notes say on my collection.
Oh, there you go. Owen says, yep, it changed titles at 78. Yep. You know what would be fun?
Is Owen the first person that actually knew what was happening?
Well, I'm just saying, it's the funny thing. Because Owen is never eligible to win prizes because he writes the questions, we should give the prizes to Owen.
Hey,
I'm all about that. Also, he knew what he was talking about. So, let's do it.
Although Christine makes a point, she should win with the funny number just to wave it in Zachary's face. Owen and Christine can fight it out. How's that? We'll set up a cage in the parking lot, and you guys can fight it out. That's funny. Oh, I like this one. That's a good question. What key comic book features a character Rick created in his first appearance? Rick, what character did you create who first appeared in a comic book?
That would be the Crime Wraith.
Crime Wraith.
Yes.
I didn't know you were a comic book creator.
Yeah, at one point in my past. In fact, what's so special about my character's first appearance is that it's Eric Powell's first published work.
Get out. Are you serious?
Yeah, he did a comic. He did a story in it called Monster Boy, which is the prototype of the Goon.
How great is that?
What world did we just enter into? Because I thought we were doing a game show, and suddenly I just am talking to like a real, legitimate, published creator of comic books. Hold on, you told us the wrong stuff, Rick.
Well, there was a time I wanted to be a comic book artist, and those who can't teach. So I became a comic store owner. But I had a past where that's what I wanted to do.
I feel like I need to find a copy of this book.
But it's called Bestsellers, and it's the first Eric Powell, which makes it worth quite a bit. So I get to tag along with Eric Powell on this, and I get to say my character's why it was worth so much. And he's also the logo to our store. The Crime Wraith is.
Okay, I recognize that then because you guys have got a cool logo. I like it on the wrap on your van.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's the character. We used him, and Dave Johnson did the artwork for us back in the day for that logo. And Brett Scoggins and cropped it and made it for me.
This is amazing.
How great is that? That's the coolest
right
stuff.
At the end, you're like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a few interesting things, I guess.
Also, all this cool stuff. How flipping great is that?
And my first published work was a book called Monkey Stew. If you can ever find a copy of that out in the wild, that it'll be in a 50-cent box somewhere. But
was that an Oni book?
It's an anthology of horror stories. I did a werewolf story in it where I blatantly steal panels from other artists. It's bad. It is my first attempt at drawing. It is.
Where I blatantly steal panels from other artists. I like
yes. And I change them just enough but not enough. Like if you know, you know.
This is Batman slapping Robin.
I was very young, and I didn't know.
Hey, learning the ropes, man. That's how you learn.
As an artist, it pained me to hear that, but also I really respect that you said it. So
Yeah, I mean, I'll own it. I mean,
yeah.
I did it, but at the time, I didn't know better. And
Well, that's how we all learn.
I mean, you learn, and there was several panels that were swiped in there. And there's several panels that there's a lot of it's original, but a lot of it was swiped. And
Hey, Rob Liefeld made a living off that.
I remember.
I
remember the Wizard articles and stuff where it took exact panels from G.I. Joe books and would line them up with his work. It was hilarious.
Wow. So I'm going to send you a horror anthology. Well, it's a collection because I wrote all of them. I'm going to send you one that I did. So I got to mail you stuff anyway, but I just want to send it just because. So our general flow of this show is completely off. Who won that stuff? I don't even know. I got to write it down eventually.
I think we determined that was Owen.
Okay.
Because he's never eligible to win. So in this case,
Okay.
he was eligible to win because he didn't write that question.
Perfect. Okay. And then Christine didn't actually get it right, although she had a notable mention.
She had the Price is Right winning answer.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right. It was a good show. We did a lot of cool stuff. Rick, we got to actually just like hear you talk about your comic career at some point too.
It wasn't big. I hung out with some like Mike Norton came up with me in Nashville.
Wow.
Eric Powell. We were all running in the same circles, drawing comics at the same time. These guys were amazing, and they went on to do big things, and I didn't. Well, I did, but I'm just selling their work.
You went on to do different things,
Yeah.
and
different equally big things.
I was going to say, man, your stores are awesome, and you look like you're doing a lot of the right things, and you've got the right kind of place. And I would encourage any of my folks when they're out and about, headed up to Nashville, because whenever you travel, you should visit local comic shops. Go to Rick's Comic City, peruse those thousands of trade paperbacks that he has. Just enjoy. It's a good place run by cool people, as you can tell.
Get up there and count them for me. Let's see if he's right.
Right, somebody go count them.
We try to have a good time. So
that's what it's all about. You just have a good time, and enjoy. Enjoy. That's what it's all about. Well,
Rick,
thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I'm glad I could be interesting in the end because
no, you were fun the whole time, but then you dropped like a huge bomb.
Yeah, you just saved that like this cool information for like a little hand grenade you rolled into the room at the end.
It's a cliffhanger.
That's right.
Now you're going to have a whole bunch of people looking for bestsellers. That's going to be harder to find because there's only 2,000 copies, and Jen King actually has a case of them in Texas.
Of course she does. Jen King has everything.
And it was hilarious because when I went to visit her store when we were traveling, she pulled it out, and I'm like, I worked on that book. And then she forgot to get me to sign them while I was there.
Oh, I tell you, she's got a G.I. Joe #1 signed by Herb Trimpe.
Yeah.
That I am dying to get my hands on. But it's CGC 9.8, and those things are... You talk about, are you an owner? Are you like a store owner or a collector? And I'm like, yes. Yes. I want it so bad. And I just have not been able to bring myself to do it.
Well, I'm sure she'll not
been able to.
For you.
Oh, I bet she would. I bet she would because she's awesome. But yeah, she's got the store in Houston called Space Cadets Collection.
Yeah.
Which is not a name you're going to quickly forget.
But that's one of those things, like you were saying, whenever you're traveling. When I travel, I visit stores. I want to see what everybody's doing, and it's amazing what everybody's doing out there. So,
Yeah, I instantly walk into a store and steal ideas. Like that
Yeah.
would work at my store. I would like that, but that would not work at my store. But I find things that work, and I'm going to blatantly steal those
I
ideas,
take
just like Rob
pictures
Liefeld.
and send them home, send them back to the guys, and I'm like, hey, we need to look at this, or
Yeah.
this is really fun. We can't do it, but this is really neat. So
Yeah, Nate. The books I showed off last week were just some books that I had just come in. They weren't from my personal collection, and I don't have any this week particularly interesting to show off. Well, I have one that's kind of cool. It's not a big book or anything, but I did just have this come back from CGC. That I don't know. I don't know if you like it or not. I think it's pretty cool, but.
he just disappeared.
There we go. It is Werewolf by Night number 37, the third appearance of Moon Knight, and it is a double cover, so kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 6.5. The interior cover is a 5, or the exterior cover is a 5.5. The interior cover is a 6.5. But that's the third appearance of Moon Knight, third time he ever showed up. I find it interesting that all three of his first three appearances, he's on the cover, because a lot of times in a book that's not how it is, right? The first time you introduce a character, he's not usually on the cover, right? Yeah. But here he is in his third appearance. His second appearance was that cool cover, and in his first appearance, he was the prominent feature on the cover. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty cool. A double cover book. It does have the Mark's Jewelers insert too, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nate. They do label that it's a double cover, and they actually give the grade for each cover. There it is. They give the grade for each cover on there too, so that's nice.
What was the grade for the other one?
The exterior cover is a 5.5. The interior cover is a 6.5. So they go with whichever is the highest of the two.
Very cool.
And it does say double cover, and it does say Mark's Jewelers insert. So pretty cool book, and that will be on the wall at the shop here very shortly.
I know with sketch covers, if there's an exterior cover and then an interior cover, they just act like the exterior cover doesn't exist.
Right, because it's just there to protect it.
Yeah.
And then if there's not, my understanding, I've never graded them, but like this one, they're doing the inside, not this. But then if there's not, it just is the cover, right?
I believe so.
Yep, that's right.
Interesting.
Yeah, I found
guys.
I found a modern reprint of Blue Beetle with two covers and for the 9.8 on it. So
I bet.
So I
bet.
love double covers.
I love this one. I'm just impressed. I know somebody who got something back from CGC.
Yes.
One
Dude,
day
I sent this book into them on January 5th.
Wow.
I have close to 35 grand worth of books sitting there right now. And
that hurts.
It hurts, and I check it every day. They've been there since, some of them have been there since February. And
yeah,
I got 2 boxes back the other week, and it was like, yes, but they were random. Like they were some that I'd sit in May, and it's like still the early stuff is sitting there.
I had the same experience. I sent off an Adam Legend of the Blue Marvel 1 through 5 set. Mm-hmm. I got back 2 through 5, but not number 1. And number 2 had a known issue with the top left cover, which I knew was going to ding it, and it got a 9.0. Number 4 was perfect. Number 3 was perfect. Number 5 was perfect. Number 4 they graded at a 9.8. Number 5 randomly they graded at a 9.0, although it's perfect.
Yeah.
And number 3, mysteriously, they graded a 7.5.
Doesn't that mean the grading that they use, that system, is garbage?
Yes.
Maybe it doesn't actually add value to the book.
Oh, you should have put affirmations on the backboards that you sent in and tell
You
them
guys
how
are great.
look. You guys are great. We can't do this without you. You
Just
know,
staple $100
you are
bill
a
to each
beautiful
one.
person. You got to write affirmations to them.
I've never tried that. I guess I should start.
I haven't either, but it is definitely something I'm going to look at.
Oh, that's
I will
crazy.
buy them with compliments if I have to.
Yeah, I would too. But a 7.5, like I just cracked it and sent it right back. I'm like, nope. They said it had some kind of staining on the back cover. Well, if it does, it is invisible to all human eyeballs.
It might be under a black light, but
Oh no.
And on that note, really appreciate you coming on the show, Rick. It was a pleasure talking with you. Like I said, if you guys ever need anything comics-wise, you're up in the Nashville area, go visit one of Rick's stores. You will not be sorry that you did. Super cool. Great guy, great people, great store. You couldn't ask for anything more than that. So thank you for coming on and joining us tonight. Really appreciate it.
no problem. I'll get you guys out of here. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. And if you're watching this while you're at work tomorrow, good for you.